Everyone says mulch is great for your garden, but what if you've been using the wrong kind all along? This isn't about how much mulch to use, but the type that's secretly undermining your plant growth. Prepare to rethink everything you thought you knew about mulching and save your harvest. Picture this, you're doing everything right in your garden. You've carefully selected your plants, you're watering consistently, fertilizing regularly, and even adding what you thought was beneficial mulch around your precious vegetables and flowers. The leaves are yellowing, growth seems stunted, and your harvest is disappointingly small. The culprit might be hiding in plain sight, spread across your garden beds like a silent assassin. That layer of material you trusted to protect and nourish your plants could actually be the very thing sabotaging your gardening dreams. So, mulch has been marketed as the ultimate garden solution, promising moisture retention, weed suppression, and even soil improvement. While these benefits are definitely real when you choose the right mulch, the wrong type can, transform this garden hero into your harvest's worst nightmare. The devastating truth is that millions of gardeners unknowingly spread materials that slowly poison their soil, starve their plants, and create perfect breeding grounds for diseases and pests. The gardening industry has really perpetuated this dangerous myth that any organic material makes good mulch. It's something we need to talk about. This couldn't be further from the truth, honestly. If you take a stroll through any garden center, you'll find bags of fresh wood chips, brightly colored dyed mulches, and cypress bark, all marketed as premium garden solutions. It's pretty misleading if you ask me. These products, they look attractive and seem natural, right? But the reality is, they're actually garden destroyers disguised as helpers. It's a bit of a wake-up call for all of us. Fresh wood chips represent one of the most common and honestly destructive mulching mistakes. When you spread these around your plants, you're essentially creating a nitrogen vacuum. As fresh wood decomposes, it requires massive amounts of nitrogen to fuel the breakdown process. Where does this nitrogen come from? Well, directly from your soil, leaving your plants starving for this essential nutrient. The result is the classic yellowing of leaves, stunted growth, and poor fruit production that so many gardeners experience without understanding why. Dyed mulches present an even more sinister threat to your garden ecosystem. These artificially colored materials often contain harmful chemicals used in the dyeing process, including chromated copper arsenate, which can leach into your soil over time. Red and black dyed mulches frequently use recycled wood that may have been treated with toxic preservatives, creating a slow-release poison system in your garden beds. Additionally, the synthetic dyes create an unnatural environment that beneficial soil organisms avoid, leaving your soil biologically dead. Cypress mulch, despite its natural origins, poses environmental and practical problems for your garden. Beyond the ecological concerns of harvesting cypress from sensitive wetland ecosystems, this mulch type is notorious for creating water-repellent surfaces when it dries out. Instead of helping retain moisture, aged cypress mulch can actually prevent water from reaching your plant roots, creating drought conditions, even when you're watering regularly. Understanding the mechanisms behind mulch damage helps explain why so many dedicated gardeners experience mysterious plant failures. The nitrogen tie-up caused by fresh wood materials creates a cascading effect throughout your garden ecosystem. As soil microorganisms consume available nitrogen to decompose the wood, your plants begin showing classic deficiency symptoms. Leaves turn pale green to yellow, starting with older foliage, and plant growth slows dramatically. pH imbalance represents another hidden danger lurking in your mulch choices. Many commercial mulches, particularly those made from pine or other acidic wood sources, gradually lower soil pH as they decompose. The physical barrier effect of inappropriate mulch can be equally devastating. Thick layers of fine mulch materials can create an impermeable seal over your soil, preventing air and water from reaching plant roots. This anaerobic environment encourages harmful bacteria and fungi while suffocating beneficial soil organisms. Root systems become shallow and weak, making plants more susceptible to drought stress and nutrient deficiencies. Perhaps most insidiously, wrong mulch choices often harbor and encourage plant diseases and pest problems. Moldy or contaminated organic materials can introduce fungal spores directly into your garden environment. The key to successful mulching lies in selecting materials that have been properly aged or composted before application. Aged wood chips, ideally composted for at least 6 months to a year, represent the gold standard for garden mulching. Straw mulch offers exceptional benefits for vegetable gardens, particularly around tomatoes, peppers, and other warm-season crops. Unlike hay, which contains seeds that can create weed problems, clean straw provides excellent insulation while allowing air and water to penetrate easily. As straw decomposes slowly, it adds valuable organic matter to your soil without causing nutrient imbalances. The light color also helps reflect heat, keeping soil temperatures more consistent during extreme weather. Shredded leaves really are nature's perfect mulch system. They mimic the natural forest floor environment where most plants evolved. When you use fallen leaves that have been shredded or chopped, they break down at just the right rate, providing steady nutrition while at the same time improving your soil structure. Leaf mulch actually encourages earthworm activity and beneficial microorganisms, which helps create a living soil system. This in turn supports robust plant growth throughout your garden. Compost, interestingly enough, serves dual purposes as both mulch and soil amendment. It's really the ultimate sustainable garden practice. Just a thin layer of finished compost will provide immediate nutrition and over time, gradually improve your soil structure and biological activity. Application technique proves just as critical as material selection. Proper mulch depth usually ranges from 2 to 4 inches depending on the material type and the needs of your plants. And maintaining a clear space around plant stems can really help prevent moisture-related diseases and pest problems, all while ensuring there's adequate air circulation. The transformation that happens when gardeners switch from harmful to beneficial mulch practices, it often seems miraculous. Plants that struggled for months suddenly show vigorous growth, improved color, and even abundant fruit production. Soil that once felt compacted and lifeless becomes crumbly and rich with biological activity. Watering requirements start to decrease as proper mulch helps retain moisture effectively, and weed problems, they diminish significantly. The long-term benefits of proper mulching extend far beyond just the immediate improvements in plant health. By building soil organic matter year after year, you're essentially creating increasingly fertile growing conditions. And as the soil structure develops, water infiltration improves too. This not only reduces runoff and erosion, but also maximizes irrigation efficiency, making every drop count. Over time, the economic advantages of correct mulching practices really start to add up. With reduced watering needs, you'll see a decrease in utility costs. Plus, improved plant health means less reliance on fertilizers and pest control products. It's a win-win situation for your garden and your wallet. Environmental benefits really ripple outward from your garden when you choose sustainable mulching practices. Using locally sourced, properly composted materials actually reduces transportation impacts, and at the same time, it supports regional waste reduction efforts. Healthy soil created through proper mulching practices sequesters carbon and filters rainwater more effectively, contributing to broader environmental health. Your garden transformation starts with a simple assessment of your current mulching practices. Walk through your growing areas and identify any fresh wood chips, dyed materials or other problematic mulches. Plan your transition to beneficial materials, sourcing aged wood chips from local tree services, collecting fallen leaves for shredding, or starting a compost system for long-term mulch production. Remember that this transformation represents an investment in your garden's future productivity and sustainability. The time and effort spent selecting and applying proper mulch will reward you with healthier plants, better harvests, and reduced maintenance for years to come. Ready to transform your garden with proper mulching techniques? Hit that subscribe button and share this video with fellow gardeners who might be unknowingly sabotaging their harvests. Your garden success story could inspire others to make the switch to smarter mulching practices. Don't forget to comment below with your own mulching experiences. We love hearing how these techniques work in gardens around the world.